Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's Messages of Love from Above. Hope you had an amazing week. And before we get started here, let me just get my desktop all set up and we will get into it. So let me just shrink this down here. All right. Let me just stretch this out a little further so I can see. All right. Let's see here. YouTube says we are live, so it must be true. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Excited as always to see what messages Spirit has for us today. But before we get started, let's send some love out to the world. So, so much going on in the world, right? And we, one of our praying mantis session last night, we were like, I wonder what Spirit would tell us if we're asked, what's the state of the world? And it came down to our energy. They were like, well, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if, it depends on what energy is going on inside of us, right? So if I'm at war inside of me, I see war everywhere. If I have chaos going on the inside, I'm going to see a chaotic world. But if I'm at peace or have unconditional love in my heart, then that's what I'm going to see. So it's really interesting. So we can send love out to the world to make it easier for people to choose unconditional love, though everyone chooses what they're feeling, right? So what we're going to do is just allow that love to flow down into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And when one of us sends unconditional love out to the world, it can counterbalance a million people going through lower vibrational fear energy, for the whole collective of the energy of the planet. So before we do that, let's just take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And you can do this whether you're watching on replay or live. We can all do that. So let's just take a big, deep breath, come back to right here, right now. Deep breath in. And release. Beautiful. I'm going to hit the singing bowl 3 times. So each time, just allow that flood to come in, fill up, and go out. Come in and go out. Flow in and come out. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. So we'll put that back there and let it continue to sing away as I knock everything around. All right. So, can you believe we're almost to the end of April already? I mean, 4 months whoosh, has flown by. But next next Saturday will be the first Saturday of the month, and YouTube, let me give you a little, here's a link to a video that talks about how you can have your gift setting for membership set to on, because YouTube does give me 10 free of my Zen Cricket memberships. I give 5 away Saturday morning, 5 away Saturday evening. So not tomorrow, Saturday, but next Saturday I'll be doing that. So you have a chance here to switch it, because in the morning I click a little button, Spirit and YouTube choose who it gives it away to. I don't have any control over that, but you do have to have your settings set to on. So be sure to check that out. Also, this week we have a new pilgrimage, um, excuse me, meditation that came out, which is the third eye chakra of Mother Earth. So one of the questions was, where am I being too serious in my life? So it's a good video if you want to check that out. And of course, on Monday we had the Scorpio full moon. So if you still want to take advantage of that energy, it can still be influenced by it here. Whoops, that's too big. All right, let's shrink that down a little bit here. Oh, I see why. I see why. Because it talked about I'm so sorry that Mercury went direct yesterday. So we're in the post shadow of Mercury. It gives the 411 also on the Mercury shadow there. Also, like we said, May is almost here. So if you haven't checked out your May monthlies, May monthlies are back. I haven't done them for almost a year. So this is being reintroduced back for each individual zodiac sign. And it's really cool because we do an overall energy and then we break down the minor arcana into fire, earth, air, and water and talk about the 4 different areas of our life there for the month. So check them out. They're really fun. And of course, we had a new podcast episode that came out. I have my podcast From Chaos to Cozy. This one was about the hungry heart. And then this Sunday, we have a new one coming out called The Work, which is with Byron Katie, her process of Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. It's a beautiful, beautiful reflection tool. So be sure to check that out. And there's the link for the podcast playlist there too. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. Let's see what else. Well, we've got Taurus season also came out. So if you want to check here, and see what is coming up for you for the Taurus season. We have a pick a card for everyone, and happy birthday to all you Taurus Sun babies. There is a 3-month birthday bonus reading there for all of you. So be sure to check it out. All right, I think that's going to be it. Let me move those out of the way. Move my email over here. Yeah, I got a couple donations. Hey, hey everybody. Hello, hello. All right, so I've got Love1234 will be up. Hey, happy birthday, Maria. And then Maria, you'll be up after that. So good to see everybody. Hello, darling. And a shout out to some of my YouTube channel members. We have Johanna, Ewerson. Hopefully I said that correct this time. Happy Pill and Kritika Malhotra. You'll see the names in green, the little badge. Some of them are the winners from last month, and but all those do help out. So if you're new to my channel, new to these readings, welcome. First of all, glad to have you here. We got a great group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor, and my YouTube memberships and the donations, and anyone that chooses my services, which are all listed in the description box down below. All of you are what make it possible for me to do all the free things that I do. So a big thank you to all of you. And if you're new to these readings or to my channel, how their free readings work is we move down in order. First come, first serve for the free readings. There's no special list. The chat is the list. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. And then we just move down the list. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those, step out of those free readings, dive deeper into those, which means I pull additional cards for that. And then what do I do? And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings, move down the list. To make a donation, you can use the super chat, or in the description box of the video, I have my PayPal, CashApp, and some other things. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. I think that's all 4. They're all listed in there. And there's no set dollar amount for donations. I honor whatever anyone's able to give. I know everyone's, funds vary from day to day, person to person, country to country. So I know that you give what you're able to. And then I'd love to do the free readings too, because I know not everyone is able to do that. All right. So today I'm going to be using for the donation readings the Sun and Moon Tarot. And then, interesting, for all the free readings, I'm actually going to be using two decks from the Light Seers Tarot, almost two decks. I had one deck where, when I first got it, I was a little aggressive in shuffling and bent one of the cards in half, and it got all crinkly. And so I have that set out, but I joined the two together in this huge, huge stack of cards here. And those are going to be for the free readings, and that's where I will pull from. So there we go. All right. So let us get into it. So up first, of course, we've got Love 1234. Thank you for your donation there. And no, I will not read them out loud. I'll just wink at you and but thank you for your donation. So let's take a look here. And you're always so sweet. You always ask how I am. I'm doing well. I had a busy week this week. My host, who is another reason why I'm able to do everything that I do, she allows me to live in her basement for free. So generous. But she had surgery on Tuesday. So we went to pre-surgery appointments on Monday and surgery in the hospital most of the day Tuesday. And then yesterday was Thursday, right? You went and picked her up and had to have oxygen for a little bit. So we had to wait till the oxygen people came. So it's been a very busy, 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 busy week. In fact, at some point my alarm will go off. I just need to check on her to make sure she's awake and doing her liquids and everything. So I might need to do that. All right. And hopefully you're doing well. So let's get started here. So number one. All right. So what were they thinking? All right, we'll do those. And of course, when we ask about what other people are thinking, we'll get the general consensus since it's not a particular person. Everyone sees the world differently. So we'll get the general consensus, what spirit wanted you to know, what's helpful for you. Okay, and then number two, the what and the when. All right. So the what and the when. Put that like that. Okay, so why hasn't that from that? Okay. Why the silence? Okay. All right. I'm glad you are well. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. So let's take a look here. For number one, all right. So what were they thinking? I got two sets of cards here. We've got one here. Yeah. So we've got the Two of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. So, this is like this energy. I feel like there were some people that, they were unsure. This Two of Pentacles is like this balancing, kind of like on one hand this, on one hand that. But with that Page of Swords, it just feels like as you know, I feel like first impressions, some people were kind of like, I'm unsure. But the more that, you know, there was interactions going on, I feel like that's the change of mind. They were seeing things from a different perspective. And it feels like a powerful thing there. Even with this little butterfly, see if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. Maybe. If I put this behind it. There it goes. Well, I guess it was there. See the big butterfly there? It's like you transformed before their very eyes. So that's feels like a positive thing there. Yeah. And so that was thinking, some people were thinking differently. And then some people also felt differently because the Three of Wands is a change of direction. And the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups is heightened emotion. So there was also people that had different feelings about you, but those also changed as in a positive way. So, and that's the whole thing that I feel like, when if there's an event or situation or something in our lives when people first go into it, our inner children are kind of like, all right, be hyper aware of what's going on. So we're kind of in this uneasy, sometimes fearful energy going in. And then as we get comfortable, we become more comfortable and we start seeing things more clearly too. So I feel like that had a lot to do with what was going on. There was just a comfort level that also hit that made people see more clearly and feel more clearly too, which is interesting. All right. So that is what they have for that one. And then number two, the what and the when. So the what and the when. All right. So the what, you have the 4 of cups here. The 4 of cups here, usually, and you can see here, let's see if I can get it to focus. There it goes. See, they have like 3 cups in their hand, and that 4th cup is coming from the full moon up there. Well, this is about, it's going to be a job that's not like the other ones because the other ones haven't been fulfilling, haven't brought what you've been wanting. But this next job is something more from the heart. We've been talking about that, right? It's like, okay, from the heart, you know, it's like, okay, this is something more in tune. You have the when here, you have the Hierophant, which is all about your higher self calling you to this higher place and having you see the capital T truths from here. So I feel like the when of when this comes about has to do with a change of mindset, a change of where you're looking, how you're looking, because they're having you look from a different perspective. So if you have like a regular, like, well, I always look for jobs in this kind of way, they're like, I feel like they're having you switch it up and do it in a different way. And then that's what brings it in. Um, you know, I feel like that's an important piece because lower vibrational old ways, of course, slow things down. Higher vibrational, higher ways of looking at things speeds things up. So I feel like they're saying here it all has to do with you, and that makes sense on the bottom of the deck too. You had the Ace of Wands, which was all about your energy and your power, where you're investing it. So I feel like that's where that's coming in. So hopefully that makes sense. And then number three, oh yeah, the what, the what, or why the silence here? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, they've got the Queen of Pentacles here, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and focusing in on themselves. I just feel like they have a lot going on with them, their own selves here. And the Two of Cups is about important relationship. I just feel like they're saying, it's still an important, relationship between you and this person, whether it's friends, family, whatever it may be. It's still an important one. They just are so focused on themselves right now that it just feels like they're, you know, uh, I don't want to say self-consumed, but it just like their life is like consuming them. And that's why they're like, all right, I gotta focus on me, kind of energy. So I don't feel like there's anything, there's still, still love, there's no love loss, we'll put it that way. And that's, if that's like a workmate or someone like, ew, no, not love, but it's, um, yeah, yeah. So, they're just in recovery mode, but they don't, there's no hatred or anything. I just feel like they're so busy, so busy, that they're just like, okay, I've got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got this going on, I got this going on, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's coming in there. Yeah. So I don't feel like anything like, we didn't get any conflict cards or revenge cards. So so you're good. You'll probably hear from them probably next week, more when things calm down a bit because it's end of month and I just feel like with all the planetary energies we have going on that they're just like a whirlwind. So, all right. So that's what they got for you. Love 1234. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Maria, thank you so much for your donation. All right. So let's take a look here. And then Jeep, you'll be up after that. So you're very welcome. So what we're looking into David here. All right. All right, very good. Woohoo! You're so funny. All right, so what were their thoughts yesterday? Okay, one and then those. And then what's coming today for you? And connection. All right. Two and two. Oh, and one. All right. Let's take a look here. I like the bottom of the deck. When we have, the Six of Cups means a lot of stuff. And we think we've talked about, the past life connections and things like that. And so the Six of Cups is that, but it's also a Three of Cups on one side, Three of Cups on another, which is this equal give and take with emotion. This equal emotional type of energy, and of course all that below the surface, the past life connection energy that's going through. So for your first one, thoughts, it's funny because when we get the Justice card coming in here, you can see in the middle here, the giant sword that she has. The Justice card is all about balancing lower vibrational fear thoughts and higher vibrational capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And so, they're balancing these things. So when they saw you and you talk briefly, there's this, bzz, the thoughts of good stuff. And then all of their old, stuff that really has nothing to do with you. But there's all of this, all this energy of, um, from the past. Oh, I need to do this. I should do this. I'm supposed to do this. Judgment, judgment, judgment of themselves, right? Um, and well, I should do this. I should be doing this. I should have said this. I blah 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 blah. Right? Because I don't know. It felt like it was just it wasn't like um a planned out like conversation feel to it. It just kind of felt like it took him off guard. I don't know if it took him off guard, but let's see what else he had. You have three more cards here too, so we'll take a look here. Yeah. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. So this does speak to their, out of balance, giving and receiving from the past. So this has to do with all these, shakings and rattlings going on in their head. And they got the Seven of Cups, so a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of things that they're wanting to do. you know um so it does just realize there's a lot going on inside of there that has nothing to do with you, and it's just the interactions will bubble up things from underneath that we need to deal with. And that's funny, it's like the cups, the emotions bubbling up from beneath in this card. That's funny. um and then the Nine of Pentacles too, which it does feel like, abundance and fullness of outside life. And it's a very positive, abundant feeling card. So I like that, especially, with this, right here. Yeah, yeah. And that's the whole thing, is that we got so much going on under the hood, right? That just needs to be looked at and worked out, sometimes. So let's see here what's coming for connection here. It's funny, the Judgment card is also known as the calling card, and the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, which is like new communication. So I feel like, this is an important energy that's here that just, talks about that you guys will have new communication today, possibly a phone call that's coming in. Yeah, just balancing your all this balancing energy that's coming in here, We've got the Queen of Swords, which is the balancing of the head and the heart, and the Star card, which is also a balancing card that's coming in here. And but it's also about dreams come true, wishes come true, kind of energy. So I do feel like there will be contact and communication today, because that's like kind of what you're wishing to come true there. Yeah, all the swords energy too. I mean, you got the Princess of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Something that is important here, is just being aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and they just have to get beyond their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And that is what relationships are so much about, is to bring up those questions and those thoughts and beliefs to transform them as well. So I like it. I feel like you'll hear from 'em today. It's just getting, just be aware of your communication. Anything that comes up within you is yours, and anything that's coming up within them is theirs. And I feel like that helps with communication in all human relationships. If we can just realize a lot of what comes out of people's mouths isn't, about us, it's about them. Um, so, that just helps us be able to listen more and not be like, what did you just say? It's like, oh, what did you just say? What did you just say about yourself? It just helps with that. So I like it. Yeah, all good. So, good news. I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Maria. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. All right. So I think that's that there. So we'll scroll up here. And so Jeep Jeep, we have two for you, and then Crow's Nest. You guys will be up next. So thank you for your donation. So Jeep, let's do your first one here. Let's give that some love and a like, since it lets me do that. And you'd like a career update. So let's take a look and see what they have here for you. So what do they want you to know about your career? All right. All right. I love that the bottom of the deck. I mean, you've got the Chariot card here, which is power of choice, movement, and um, like victory kind of card that comes in. Underneath that, too, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which I like. And it's just, there's this underlying message before we look at these other cards, that, this is about you get to choose, what you're looking for, and what your career is, what you want to do. I don't feel like there is like this faded, it has to be something, right? But with that Wheel of Fortune, they're like, you can make anything work. You can make anything by your energy um, fortunate. It can make it that way, right? So I like this, this energy of the world is your oyster, the world of possibilities that can come in. So, yeah. And so you're like, okay, I can do this, I can build whatever I want, what I want to do as far as career, right? And then jobs, a job is something that supports you, in towards your dream, towards your career, right? And a job is just a source of money. I always love that let's see, I have to always say it right. We don't live to work, we work to live, right? And I feel like that's what they're basically saying here with this. And I'll take a look at these other cards here. Hey, ABC with Sarah, thank you for your question. I know sometimes on your end you don't see that your question is there, but I do see it like 8 times, so you don't need to do it anymore. You're starting to spam the chat, so I will get to you eventually. First come, first serve for the free reading. So, um, thank you for your question. So we'll do that, and welcome, being a new subscriber, and I hope you're safe in Pakistan and you're doing well there. All right. So, Jeep, let's take a look here. What else they want you to know about career heal? Heal. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah. So it's a lot of that kind of on steroids because you got the Emperor card here, which is you choosing what you're wanting to do. You even have the Ace of Wands, which is following your passion and taking action. And the Three of Wands too, which is about a change of direction from where you normally wanted to do what you normally wanted to head to. And but that Emperor is, I choose what I want to do. I put a plan together, right? There's this planning, and I feel like you got this before because it feels familiar where it's like make a plan and then you put it into action. For if we wait for it to fall in our lap, we wait a long time. Because it takes a long time. But if we're taking steps towards it, we get to it faster. But if we're waiting for it to arrive, it's like, I don't know why they're showing me a luggage rack at an airport, conveyor. If we wait over here while it's coming around to us, it'd be forever. But if I walk towards it, it comes to me faster and I get my luggage faster. That's funny. So, I like that. Noah, your plan, and this is, your boss isn't like you're not gonna be at this job, right? You're gonna be moving away and finding a job in another country. So this isn't about now, this is about career. It's about you looking to the future of what do I want to do? What do I need to do to get there? Let me plan it all out and let me take action on it. Not waiting where you're at for a job opportunity to fall into your lap, but what am I going to do? Where do I want to go? You start with maybe what country you want to move to, and then you look for jobs there, or you look for jobs in a variety of countries you would like to move to, and you go that route. Whatever it is that you're doing, but it is about changing direction. It's about, so it's not being where you're at now. And even with the Hanged Man, this is about you seeing things from a different perspective and being able to see things from a higher place so that you can choose what you're wanting to do. Yeah. And you have the Five of Swords, which is the battle between your head and your heart, about what do I want to do and where do I want to go. And but it's funny, as soon as you make a choice with that Chariot card, it's amazing. My mom, she had this is in the Christian Bible, the story of Moses. Yeah, Moses is the one that, they left Egypt and they got to the dead, I think it was the Dead Sea. There was some sea, maybe it was a different sea, but they, were had to go through it to escape to get to the other side is the story that's there. But there's as soon as he stepped and his toe touched the waters when it parted, it didn't part and then they walked. It's like when we take action, that's when things start to happen. But when we're waiting, nothing happens yet. So I like that. And then your other two cards here. Yeah. Again, it's all about the Queen of Wands is taking action, following your higher heart, your connection with spirit, and a death and rebirth. So there is this ending and beginning. Just, the rebirthing, I just really want to show you that card. I just love that. It's like there's this, change in this, energy that comes in where you're moving to, another place. You're being reborn in a way, right? So I like that for you, for the career there. But it's all about not trying to um, grow things where you're at. It's about looking to the future and planning that out. It's funny because they're showing me like this an island you're on with a volcano, and you're building your house and it's going to be destroyed anyway. It's like, why don't we get on the boat and go and find out where we want to go? Because anything you're building where you're at is just going to be burnt up by the lava anyway when you leave, right? So I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for that one for you. So thank you for that. And then thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like too. You want to know, what does your boss, Peter J, think about you? All right, let's see what's going on here. Of course, when we are wondering what's going on in someone else's head about us, it's a dangerous place to go in there. Everyone's mind, ooh. But we don't see reality. We see the world through our own thoughts, our own conditioning, our own upbringing, our own emotions, how I'm feeling in the moment. If I ate something and I was sick all night, I'm going to think lower of everyone because I'm going to be in a cranky mood probably if I wake up in the morning, not feeling good, or if I got a great night's sleep and exciting things, and I come into work with joy, I think more highly of everyone else because that's our energy, right? So we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So what we think of Peter has to do with us. What they think of us, there was this Facebook post I think I read a couple weeks ago, which says there was like this story, but it made sense because there was like, every single person we meet, even if we just lock eyes, walking through an airport or whatever, everyone creates their own version of us in their head that has not even close to the vision that we have of ourselves in here. And even that vision of ourselves is so conditioned, it's not even close to who we really are either. And so, when we start looking at how I think about everyone, how everything unfolds and everything, it's like, no, I don't need to concern myself with a whole lot of that because I have no control over what's going on in that noggin over there. I can only control what's in this noggin and question what's in here. But I understand, why we want to know the things we want to know. But that's what they want you to know for right now. But let me pull cards too. So they're like, here's the disclaimer before they tell you what's in their mind. Just realize that's like one of my favorite memes is other people's opinion of us is none of our business, or their thoughts, their beliefs, whatever, because it has little to do with us. Though on the bottom of the deck, I mean, we got the Two of Cups. No, they're not in love with you, but this is important, relationship. So I feel like they think about you more highly than you think you do, that you think they do, which has to do with how we feel about ourselves sometimes, right? When we're going, I don't think those people like me. That's a mirror for us to go, how am I not liking myself, right? Because they're saying here that they don't have they think of you more highly than you are aware of. Let me see what all these cards are here. Yeah. Yeah, so we've all these balancing cards. So they see you here, you this Queen of Swords, the balance between head and heart. So, they see you this way. You even have Temperance, which is you come across as patient to them. Is that a surprise? I think you put up with a lot of stuff, and I feel like they see that in you. And you have the Six of Pentacles, which is this, again, balancing, equal giving and receiving here. And it's interesting that the Queen of Swords is balancing of head and heart. Temperance is the going back and forth. And the Six of Pentacles is sometimes scales, but it's equal giving and receiving here. So I see that they feel like you're balanced, and yeah, but I feel like they understand that, the balance between head and heart. They do see you here as, you know, this emperor. Here's that emperor energy coming back in for you, but they do see you as someone who, you know, um, wants to lead, someone who wants to, um, you know, say, be in control. And that's the thing we all do, right? When we have arguments or whatever, it's because our little inner child is feeling unsafe and out of control. So we try to be in control of things. And we sometimes, well, not sometimes, when our little inner child's in control, in fact, I got a new cat, a little cat shirt here with a cat shogun to represent our cat mind. Because when we feel unsafe and out of control, it's like we revert to a little 2-year-old with our pet cat who's a cat warrior. It wants to attack and then run away, like cats do, because it wants to feel safe, wants to feel in control again. So, I feel like they feel like you are passionate about things and that you want to have things a certain way. So, balance is key. And I don't feel like you guys argue all the time. And that's why they they just they understand where you're coming from. And but they have their own little inner child and cat too. So when things arise, um if they feel attacked, then they will you know try to feel in control too. And so there's a lot of all that going in there. Bottom of the deck too, we've got the Queen of Cups. So there's a ton of emotion that's bubbling below the surface that comes forward. And I feel like spirit's just saying, when realize when you're wanting to fight and argue, that's fear. And you can kind of go, what am I fearing about this situation? And it really helps to journal it out or talk it out, or however you do best with getting it, understanding, getting to the root of the fear. What am I fearing about this, right? Am I fearing what other people think? And then, am I fearful for my life? Am I fearful that I'm going to get terminated? And then I think I'm going to lose everything. And then I'm going to end up on the streets, homeless, getting eaten by camels or wolves or lions, whatever is in your region. It's like, what's happening, right? It's like, what am I really fearing? And how likely is it that that would happen? No, I would make it work. I would not be out on the streets. I will not starve to death. You have people who know you, who know your heart, and they would help you out if you needed it. Comes down to it. You're just like, okay, um, I can question those fears, get to the root of those triggers, and it's good to do it now, instead of where you're going to be moving to, because this is a great laboratory for you to test things out and go, yeah, I can, avoid arguments in the new company I'm going to if I'm able to work through it here now, and, just kind of look at those things. So I like it. Um, I I don't, no, I think you get it on your own. The new job, I mean, and if like as a confirmation, they'll be like, yeah, they're not gonna be like, oh, don't hire him, blah blah blah. They'll be like, yeah, great worker and good worker, and whatever they're legally able to say by their company rules. I know here in the United States you can't say a whole lot. When someone confirms employment, they can just say, yeah, they worked here between that time and this time, and yep, there you go. They can't give an opinion. Um, but I think other countries probably are a little different. It depends, but I feel like you find it all on your own. I don't feel like they help you. That's the only, to the extent that they help you, is they don't, trash you on the phone. Because they like I said, I feel like they feel more highly of you than you think that they do. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jeep Jeep. Thank you again for your donations. I greatly appreciate those. And then Crow's Nest, you are up next. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. You want to know, what can you expect in love in the near future? You're very welcome. Let's take a look here. All right. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Right. And then these two. All right. So put those over there. All right. Well, so the bottom of the deck here, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is one of my relationship cards, in fact. They really interpret this here. There it goes. Really interpret it as relationship in a big way there. So we definitely have that. It's abundance, fullness of the outside world, but it is definitely one of my relationship cards. So, and this is in the near future. So I feel like you're gonna. We'll see what these cards are here because you got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Interesting. So we'll see here. All right. So you got those. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely transforming some things here, and oh my gosh, yeah, the outside world definitely is going through some transformation here, because well, you start off with the 5 of Swords, which is this head and this heart, and let me just zero in here so you can see. See if it'll focus. There it goes. See how the other person is trapped under expectations. I like this that I have won. It's that's the whole thing in a relationship, right? We can win a battle but lose the war. And I like this about, releasing expectations, getting, what's truly important, around a relationship. What's all this long list of stuff we have, right? It's cutting it away because, no one wants to feel trapped, no one wants to feel restricted. So it's about releasing a lot and going with the flow and not having any of these words in our brain about supposed to and should and need to and have to and must and oughta. It's I'm going with the flow. I'm going with the flow, you know, whoever is coming in and whatever way and when and who and all that. We're just like, you know what? I'm going to allow them to be, and I'm not going to try to make them be anything that they're not, or make the relationship move at any speed or be anything that it's not, or have expectations on me. I'm going to enjoy this time. And I really like that. Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel it here. I mean, you've got yeah, so you've got the, 5 of Pentacles and the Prince, the King, no, it's not the King, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. And the speed at which they're coming in here, has to do with all of these changes with the fives. 5 is changes, and, the 5 of Swords is changing of mindset. And the 5 of Pentacles is the change of worth in relationship to the outside world. And, there is this, the more we get rid of these old limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about what our worth is, and that's part of that long list of stuff too, is all that has to happen in order for me to be lovable, that this relationship needs to unfold this way in order for it to prove that I'm lovable. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. And there's this freedom that comes in with this. So as you're letting more of that go and just, really it's all about flow, flow, no, 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 flow, flow. Say no, no to all those thoughts and flow, flow to, allow it to come in. And that's what speeds up you guys coming together, is by the releasing of all those. Because when we have so many, it really limits how fast someone can come in, because they're over here. Our expectations are here. It takes a long time. It's like trying to turn an aircraft carrier. It can't just like be like a little jet ski where it's like, "Bing," it's like it takes time for that aircraft carrier to turn around. And so it takes a long time with your expectations to meet up with that. But if we open up our expectations, like, oh, look here, there they are, it comes in, faster and sooner with that. And all these pentacles, you had the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom, you had the 5, the Prince, and you do get the King of Pentacles too. So I feel like it's someone that's very grounded. very confident in who they are, not arrogant, just confident. They really have developed their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Very much Six of Pentacles, balancing, between the two, um, you know, and I feel like they've really looked at their um rate of exchange. I talk about that in one of my um, Take 10 with Zen videos, which I'll just throw out here for anyone who's interested. And, this is a series that I had. There it goes. Episode 5 talks about the Six of Pentacles. And it's about, we all develop when we're young this our giving and receiving. Like, I have to give, it's our rate of exchange of love. I have to give 1,000 love coins to, like, my parents, grandparents, whoever, to get one love coin back because they're so busy. And we feel like as children, we give so much to them and we get one back, and so that sinks down into our subconscious and that controls what we feel we're worthy of. So I feel like they have really looked into that. They really have this sense of self-worth, a strong sense of self-worth, which is kind of hot, right? But a boom. So, it's good. That's good. What's coming in there. That's funny that your guides wanted to say it that way. And then you also have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands. And so this is all about that the energy is within your own hands, right? You can see, like, out of those Nine of Wands, there's eight of them that have a moon on it and one that has the sun. The sun is your Ace of Wands. All you have to do is step into your power, and then you take that wand, it becomes yours, and it opens up a space in between, where you can just walk on through. The Two of Wands is about stepping into your power, that every moment, which is actually episode 4 on the ones I shared there. So, it is about when we master our energy of where we're investing it, because like attracts like, so whatever we're focusing on, is what is drawn to us. And so it talks about being aware of that too. So if you haven't checked those out, I definitely would, because they're like 10 minutes or less, but they give you a lot of, all right, so it's coming, but it can come to you faster, the relationship. Just, looking at our rate of exchange, what energy I'm focusing on, and the expectations, clearing those things away. It just allows there all those lower vibrational things are weights that just hold us down. And of course, the more bring your anchors up, they don't drag along the ocean, then your ship can go faster and your ships can meet faster, right? So I like that for you. I like that King of Pentacles too. Like I said, they just feel very grounded. Maybe they have a lot of earth in their birth chart, or maybe they are an earth sign, you know. Um, Taurus really stood out to me, but of course it can be Virgo or Capricorn too. But I just feel like Taurus just really, really feels strong um, with that energy. So hopefully that helps, Crow's Nest. So I feel like you've been doing a lot of those things. To just continue to do them, and the more you transform those things, the faster you guys will come together. So I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, and then Mod, hey, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And you wanted to know, why does L do a test with a friend about you on Sunday? And you wanted to know if I passed the test. Oh, so they were putting you through some sort of test, making you jump through a hoop, making sure that you were serious or something. That's so silly, right? We're so silly as humans, aren't we? We're just like, I gotta make sure. Like with testing people, it's like It's funny because when people are like, "Well, I tested you," I go, "Well, you entered your own test and you just failed," because you're testing me, well, that shows me you're insecure, and that means you got a C average. Right? What's up as children, what is it? I'm rubber and you're glue, whatever you try to put on me bounces off of me and sticks to you. How are they testing themselves really, right? But let's take a look here, see what they have here coming in here. You do have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is this energy of seeing things from a higher perspective, clarity of mind coming in, right? Yeah. So we have that coming in here. And we've got the Three of Wands and the Magician. So there's a lot of fire, a lot of passion. I do feel it takes things in a different direction than they had planned. It feels positive though. Um, and let me look at these other cards here real quick. Yeah. Um, yeah. Because I feel like they were, with their insecurities that are, happening in their life. The reason why they feel like you have to test people is because they've been hurt before. They've got pain. They've got, fear-based beliefs around relationships and different things. And so I feel like they thought it was just going to be like the same old, same old. But I feel like with this magician in this, that they were like, wow, wow, okay. So you're not normal. I love it when spirit says that. You're not normal. You're not a normal human being that I've experienced before. And they're kind of like, wow. So I like that. Because in the middle, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about it's one of my relationship cards. I like it. It's positive and abundance of the outside world. So it definitely feels positive. That's coming in here. And yeah, and this kind of sums up what they're going through. So they're going through transformation with the Hanged Man. It's kind of like a cocoon, right? And it's kind of like a caterpillar going through a transformation because within the cocoon they are facing all those. Here's the fears I was talking about, the Nine of Swords, all of these small t truths, all these pains and betrayals and things that have caused them to have fears triggering around relationship. They're working through those things, so I like it that you're very patient with that. um with going, okay, I'm not going to judge you for that. I know we've all had, you know, situations where I could not trust people either, but it's like you don't hold it against other people, which I like. And I feel like they see this here too. We've got the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight. And with this magician and both showing up here, I feel like they will move forward and kind of a sudden away too. So I feel like they were, they're getting braver with all of this. Um, but I feel like you did show them who you really are, that you're not someone who will be, you know, say things and flirt or whatever the test was, that it's like, no, you know, I'm not gonna, that's not who I am. It's not like there was a test you had to study for. The test was just you being you, and you weren't like, "Oh, I better do this. I know what question. This isn't the way I'd answer the question." Like it's like you're taking a test. I know what answer they're looking for, so I'm going to write that answer. No, you're where your true self, and I feel like that comes through with it too. So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Mod. Absolutely, you're very welcome. Thank you again for your donation. All right, Patty, you are up next. So, Patty, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like as well. And you want to know, what do your bosses and clients think of you? All right, let's take a look here and we'll see what we have here. So of course, when bosses will zero in and see what they think of you, but of course, clients you have more than one, and so everyone has different thoughts, right? Everyone has a different version of you in their head. So, we'll get the consensus of what is in their head. But even that doesn't mean it's an accurate picture of you. But you can at least go, what's going on inside these people's heads? At least you're aware of it, even though very little of it has to do with who you are. It has to do with, how they're seeing their world, right? So we'll take a look here. Hey, Karangia, absolutely. Anyone can ask a question. You just have to post it in the chat. And I do go down in order, first come, first serve for free readings. Um, Donations do get priority, and I've only worked on donations so far. So just if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat or anything. Any of the four ways listed in the description box of the video: PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and Square as well. All right. So, Patty, let's take a look here at your bosses first. All right. Do you have two bosses? Here's boss one, boss two. And then overall, what's the general consensus from your clients that Spirit wants you to know about? At least the important clients, right? All right. So we'll take a look here. So I like the bottom of the deck. It's like pretty much everyone feels like you have this balance between your head and your heart. And that's a great thing to see. I know, having been a manager in corporate life for a couple decades or more. I'm old, I know, but not anymore. I mean, I'm still old, but I'm not working in corporate life anymore. But, one of the things that you really like to experience with an employee is someone who is intelligent and also has emotion and emotional intelligence and mental intelligence too. It's a beautiful combination because someone can be really smart. And like I worked in IT for a few years, probably about 5 years at the company. And oh my gosh, when I worked in customer service, there was a lot of people with a lot of emotion and empathy, but some weren't too, they didn't have they weren't thinking too smartly. Um, but there's other people that were all intelligent, but they had zero empathy for our customers. And so it was like, just the combination when you find it, it's great. And I feel like that's what they have for you. They see you as this type of individual, right? So we like that. And then let's take a look here. So boss one, boss two. So boss one, I feel like boss one is someone that you had conflict with in the past. In that, I feel like you guys butted heads in the past. But with this five of wands, there is this transformation, there's this movement that has happened over time where I feel like it was important that you stood your ground and you showed who you were, even though you butted heads for a while. I feel like that's really transformed because they were like, all right, I can't walk all over you. You command respect. You don't demand it. You command it. There's a difference. Demanding is like, you will respect me. But commanding is like by your actions and your work and by how you present yourself. People are like, okay, well, you give a lot of respect. So you deserve it back, and where demanding respect, people will demand respect without giving it, and you're like, well, you get what you receive. I mean, you receive what you give, right? So that comes in there. So that's the one manager. I like that. They just feel like, yeah, um, you stand your ground, not in a. And I feel like in the beginning, I mean, you've learned and grown in your relationship with this particular manager. That maybe in the beginning, maybe you did demand a little bit, but you've learned to command it. And I feel like they've seen that and they've seen that growth over time, and they really respect that. So I like that. The other, whoever this is, you have the world card, the universe card, which is victory. And they feel like you're reaching this point of growth here, where it's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new adventure. And so I feel like they feel like you're ready for something new, for something different, because I feel like whoever this particular one is, they're like they've seen you like, wow, everything you've accomplished. And I do feel like they're like, either they're thinking, how can we keep you within our company and challenge you? Because I feel like you might be bored in the position that you're in, or kind of like, you know, but they're like, or we're going to lose you to a different company to doing something else, because I feel like they know you well enough. If they can't keep you challenged and growing, that you get bored and stagnant, and you will go somewhere that will bring you that. So I like that. Let's take a look at your clients here. What are all these? All right. Yeah. I mean, for you've got two sets of cards. So for a large portion, you have the three of wands and the six of wands. And the six of wands is again this victory type of card. They think highly of you. And the three of wands is like, um I just, it's not the normal meaning of it, but I feel like you change their mind about the company or about you, um, and their perceptions of whatever position that you're in. I feel like you've changed their mind about that. Like if you were a sales rep and they're like, "Oh God, here come the sales reps again. All they want is me, and money, money, money." This is the picture they're giving me, but you've changed their mind where they really feel like you are there for them, and that you don't push all the company stuff, that you do approach it with this balanced heart and mind. You understand, that I have, if you were a like a sales rep, where it's, I have to get a certain amount of sales and blah blah blah. You understand I'm going to get more from my clients if I serve them and make them my priority than if I make myself and our company a priority, because that's what a customer wants, right? That's what a client wants. And I like that. And again, it's, this really builds upon this too. The King of Cups and the, whoops, as I hit my microphone, the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, the, yeah, the King of Cups, of course, rolls over water, and all the kings get a second portion of swords. All the queens get swords, and no, sorry, all the queens roll over their own suit. So this Queen of Swords gets swords, but all the queens get cups. So this is the balancing of head and mind again. And with the Ten of Swords, this is the expectations that people have, and I just feel like you have changed the expectations of your clients, in a positive way. So it feels very positive here. That's coming in here, Patty. But I do feel like with that, I feel like your one manager who has that universe card, they're right. You're ready for something new, something different. You just don't feel challenged. You feel bored. Um, Even though you're great at what you do, it's like it's just not enough anymore, right? And so you're ready for movement into something different. So I like that for you. All righty. So that's what they have for you, Patty. Yeah, I love it for you. Feels very, very positive. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you. Right. And Johanna zipping right in the perfect timing. And Patty, also shout out to you for being one of my new YouTube channel members. So thank you. Good to see you as well, of course. Um, and Johanna, hi. So I did a shout out. I don't think any other of my channel members came in under the wire. Here we go. It's getting better. I have it over here. Let me find it. Urison, Uyew, right? Urison, something like that. Closer and closer. I'm just going to start calling you Johanna. Oh, that's cheating, right? All right. So your question at the very beginning, you went, "Are you tripping, or did you find your fam yesterday?" All right. Let's take a look here. You're welcome, Patty. Let's take a look here. Are you tripping? Well, about this, uh, we're zeroing in on this particular question, right? Let's take a look here. Oh, and thank you for your donation. I got so distracted by your name. Let me give that some love and a like. Thank you so much for that donation. So, are you tripping or did you find your fam? Let's take a look here. You know, we have the 5 of cups on the bottom, which is this reflection here. Oops, you can see it a little bit there. But you have the 9 of swords that came out, the 5 of wands, so 2 fives, the princess of swords, page of swords, gaining clarity, and the magician. And they wanted me to show you all the cards first. I know, 9 of swords. Cruelty. Yeah. I, I I feel like with all of this that you're getting an inkling of it. I don't necessarily feel like you're tripping, but I do feel like this energy of jumping the gun, if that makes sense, where it's like you're finding some kinder people than you normally had, like in the past, you know what I mean? And you're like, wow, these are nice people. Are these them? And but I feel like because on the bottom of the deck, you have these all these cards that are, came out. We already talked about the 5 of cups. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing yourself. And I feel like what you're seeing with this reflection card is yourself more clearly. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There it goes. See how she's seen herself in the reflection there, if it'll stay focused. That's yeah, it's the focusing in and out. And so you're seeing here, because your self-love is changing, you're evolving, that you're seeing people differently, but it's because you're seeing yourself so differently too. And so I feel like you got excited that, um, wow, look at this beautiful reflection. And you're like, wow, I wonder if these people are it. And I'm like, not quite yet. I feel like, these are great. These people were designed to come across your path to show you that reflection, but they're not like your tribe. They're not like this, individuals, if that makes sense. I just feel like there's going to be new opportunities that are going to be coming forward here with the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. I just feel like there's, you know, um, something that's coming here for you, something more grounded, um, and someone who's more of a tribe than the others. Because I feel like, I just get like the 3 of Cups energy is what I wanted to see to confirm with me that you've found your tribe, your, chosen family. But I just feel like that you're gonna meet people. I got like the High Priestess card instead, which tells me that it's, the High Priestess steps away, connects higher, connects with spirit. But I feel like it's like a bunch of high priestesses that you meet, right? And you all are in tune and with spirit and with each other. And it's just like 3 peas in a pod kind of energy instead of this doesn't, it just feels like, um, good mirrors, but I feel like you're just mainly seeing your heart reflected in them, because you recognize it within yourself. Let's take a look here. Let's pull a card here. Have you met anyone from your tribe? Yeah, you got the High Priestess card came out again. So I feel like you've probably met one. Um, here, and I feel like you meet another at a celebration that's coming up. Um, because I got the Four of Wands, which is celebration, gathering. So I feel like there's going to be a gathering. And then I feel like you get a magician. So there is a male energy that you meet as well. Yeah, because you got both the high priestess and the magician. So I feel like you're going to meet another high priestess at like this gathering, whether it's a wedding, a party, a ritual, whatever it may be. And then you also meet later a magician. He might be a sassy magician, meaning he's gay. just just in case that wasn't clear. So it's not a romantic type of individual, but it's this very much this three other people that you're meeting. So I like that. so so that's what they have. I know, right? I'm excited for you too. So many blessings to you. All right. So, and thank you again for your donation. I can't wait for you to have those. And these are people in person, of course, that you meet because you have your tribe here, but this is about your physical in person tribe. All right. Then I have a couple more donations. Hey, Karanji. Yeah. Free readings I haven't started yet. I do prioritize donations first. So you're quite far down the free list. So it'll probably be, I'm going to be on for about 43 more minutes or so. And then I go spend time with my Praying Mantis members. And then I'm going to go eat and check on my host. And then I'll be back. I will complete all free readings today. It might just be a few hours before I complete them all. So just a heads up for everyone. All right, Jeep, thank you for your additional donations. I appreciate that. We're going to give the first one here a love and a like, or your third one here. You want a general financial reading. So, what does Spirit want you to know around finances? Okay. All right. Well, we like the bottom of the deck with the Wheel of Fortune. That means the fates wheels are turning and they are bringing the fortune to you. So we do like that. Let's take a look and see what we have here. All right. Yeah. So I feel here with this energy, you start off here with the Seven of Wands. And so some of what brings in wealth here with general finance has to do with being seen and being um, set apart from others. And I mean, this could be of course, you're doing videos and things like that. It feels more further off there. I feel like this is like an encouragement to continue, um, in that direction, um, and don't give up. I feel like it's kind of this perseverance type of card too there. Again, focusing on not that you're being seen, it's just about, with Wands energy, really sharing your passion, right? It's all about the intent behind it all, right? Um, and then you have another card that um, feels like you're set apart and set up here with the Six of Wands and the Five of Swords too. Is this working out of the conflict in your head? Um, and I feel like this is about expectations, which is kind of what we were just talking about. Where when we really work out this, trying to prove that our small t truths are more truer than other people's small t truths. All humans have small t truths rooted in fears. All of our supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and oughta all those things like, oh, it has to be this way. The things we get defensive over, you know, are small t truths, because real truth, capital T truth, doesn't need to be defended. We just know it's true, and we're just like, okay, I don't have to argue or try to convince other people to believe anything. It's like it's just the truth, and when we pursue that, then and argue less with other people trying to prove things right. So we got this clarity that's coming in here through all this, that the victory comes when we let go of control, when we let go of trying to force things to be a certain way. Instead, it's this change of energy. Even kind of have it here with the Seven of Cups and Eight of Cups. Seven of Cups is like emotional confusion. Eight of Cups is leaving behind these emotions that don't serve us. And we head off. This person on the dock is headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is like emotional dreams come true type of card that comes in here. And I feel like oh my gosh, yeah, because literally it's going in order 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're taking the steps that are leading you towards this, wheel of fortune where you feel your life is full. Yeah, and even on the bottom of the deck, underneath the wheel of fortune, you had the magician card and the 10 of pentacles. Again, abundance. This 10 of pentacles is a lot like the wheel of fortune, about a full, abundant outside world, but the magician is about our energy. And it's such an important thing, Oops, it's my cards go flying everywhere. They bring up quite a bit around, where whatever we focus on is what we grow and expand. And, if we haven't started like a gratitude journal around the things that we're grateful for in our lives, it's a great thing to start and do, because it keeps us as a reminder every day to at least once, write down what we're thankful and for what we're grateful for, in our lives. Um and it changes the energy of things too. So I just need to check and make sure okay. My host had surgery this week, and she just came home from the hospital yesterday, so I just want to make sure that the text coming in wasn't from her going, "Help!" um, I feel like they're kind of like focusing back on the energies. Like the Wheel of Fortune feels like there's going to be a variety of different things where things come through for you, but it has to do with, if we're focusing on it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy it when I don't have enough, fortune coming in, right? Whatever abundance means. But when I begin to focus that energy on the things that I'm grateful for, and sincerely, I can't fool my energy. Our energy goes out by what's going on the inside. I can say, "Oh, I'm so grateful," while thinking and feeling and focusing on, but I want more, I want more, I want more. It's telling the universe, I enjoy wanting, but not getting. I enjoy missing, not having enough. Can you make that last longer? But when I start to really sincerely go, I'm grateful for this abundance. I'm grateful for all that I have. And I start listening to it. And if you want to make a faster change of the energy in our lives, doing gratitude every hour, every half hour, even more so, at least once a day. But if you do it morning and night, and then morning, noon, and night, or, the more we focus and change our energy to gratitude, the more we open up the floodgates to allow things to come our way, right? So it works out that good. And if I haven't shared with you, I just shared it a little while ago. But if you haven't checked out these Take 10 with Zen um, playlist, especially these two videos, because it talks about our energy and it talks about our giving and receiving stuff that's below the surface. That also, it's the combination. Ones are intentional. What am I focusing my energy on? The other is subconscious of what my inner child believes I am worthy of. That goes way back to 7 years old and younger. That a lot of stuff works on autopilot. So if you want to check those out, those are free. They're like 10 minutes or less each, but they might also bring some extra ahas for you too. All right, so that's what they have for you for that one, Jeep. And then the next one here, want to know what is happening in May? All right, let's give that a love and a like. Thank you for that additional donation. And of course, I have um, May monthlies that are also out. If you, I'll just repost those just for convenience. But if you want to know more about May too, there's a playlist. It's for each individual zodiac sign too, so you can get some additional messages there. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know about May? All right. All right, and those three, and that one. All right. Yeah, May seems like it's a pretty solid foundation month here for you with the Four of Pentacles. You know, it's like a huge table with four huge legs on it. Very solid foundation in the outside world. So I like that for you. There is some, yeah, some energy. Wow, I like this. Oh, wow, yeah, it's a very solid month for you because even in the middle, you've got so you got the King of Cups. I think you got that before, right? Maybe it's about balancing of the head and the heart. But you got the not the four pentacles. You got the Four of Pentacles already, and then you got the Four of Wands and the Four of Cups. So emotional stability, energetic stability, stability in the outside world feels very stable with all of these four. I mean, three fours. You can't make that up. Almost all of the fours in the minor are kind of suit. So what's missing is the mental stability. But you have that balancing. That's kind of a given with the King of Cups. That's the balancing of the head and the heart. So I do feel like um, your May feels very solid here. The book ends, excuse me, hiccup, on the other side. Um, you've got both the Two of Wands and the King of Wands. You know, they bring you back to the power of your energetic choice. The how big your May is has to do with your own energy. Really, the King of Wands is like the Emperor we talked about earlier. Very much Aries, taking power, control of our own power, of what I want to do, to step forward and to go forward, with it. Um, you know, um, anything special happening? Let's see here. Well, you do have the Queen of Wands coming in here. So I don't know if you're going somewhere because you have the King of Wands, so the Queen of Wands is coming in. So it could be here that there's a opportunity that you meet someone who's very like-minded like you, that feels very much like um, to someone who's very compatible with you. Not sure if that's your romance, though. I don't know if that's your next. I don't know. I don't feel like this is necessarily like your next spouse or anything like that. You're traveling in June. Yeah, I just feel like with this Queen of Wands, I just feel like you meet someone who's just very compatible, that you just really get along with. But I don't feel like it's romantic with this Queen of Wands. I just feel like there's this um connection with someone who just feels so much like yourself. And it's a strong connection. Maybe it's with your daughter or something. But I just feel like whatever this is, you just feel like two peas in a pod. But again, I don't feel like there's romance there. I just feel like it's energetic. Like you're just like, wow. Like it could be like a friend for life type of energy. but I don't feel like it's romantic or sexual or anything like that. I feel like it's totally platonic, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, you're amazing." And they're like, "Yeah, I think you're amazing too." Um, so I just feel like for some reason they're unavailable. Either they're married or they don't prefer men or whatever it may be. Whatever it is, I just feel like it's someone with a very, you're just like click, and it's cool. I like that. But it's a significant individual. And I feel here with the King of Wands, I feel like they kind of spark you to or connect you with ideas on your future, because that King of Wands is like that Emperor energy where you're choosing, okay, what do I want to go, where do I want to live, what I want to do. I feel like they're like, hey, have you thought about this, and have you thought about this, or this country, and these offer these kinds of jobs. I just feel like it's someone who you were just really click with, and they give you a lot of great information. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, I like it. But be sure to check out your May monthly too, and see if you get extra information, because it gives you an overall energy. Then it breaks out both the wand suit, the pentacles suit, each of the different areas of your life. And with all those fours, you probably have this really big stability coming in. I just feel like you get a strong foundation of what's happening next in your life in May. So you woohoo! All right, so that's what they have for you. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I really appreciate that. All right. And then Johanna, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And you want an update on uh, UNJ. And hey, Magana, welcome, welcome. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Good to see ya. All right. So let's take a look and see an update on JNU. All right. Okay, they want that one, not that one, but they want that one first. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see here. Let me just switch some rings around here. Can tell when you wake up in the morning and you're a little swollen. Some rings don't fit in certain hands, and then suddenly they start to fly off. You're like, oh, okay. All right. So definitely it feels like it's going through a transformation, because you've got the death and rebirth card on the bottom of the deck. And then you got the universe card is the first card that came flying out, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So you definitely have, and they're both major arcana. So there is this kind of rebirth or renewal of something that's coming in here. We'll see what's happening. Bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Wands too. So, that with this, death and rebirth, I feel like there's something that causes the phoenix to catch on fire for a rebirth that's coming in here. We'll see what this is here. Okay. All right. All right. So I do see here, we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. No, no Three of Pentacles. You got the Lover's card though, with this. So it's an important relationship that you guys have. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, of course, they have to put that in there. Like, it's slow rolling with this rebirth, um, but it takes time for it to happen here, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and this could be both of you if it resonates, or them for sure. Ten of Swords is really facing a lot of fears, a lot of low beliefs that they're, you know, ready to let go of, tired of people pleasing, ready to let go of the all of those expectations. And the Six of Pentacles has a lot to do, with their belief of what they deserve. Like when I posted that playlist, Take 10 with Zen, it all talks about, they've got this force field up that their little inner child is in control of going, we don't deserve that. Nope, we don't deserve it. Nope, can't have it. Nope, 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 nope. And they keep pushing it away because they don't believe they have all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are way below the surface that are, keeping things away because their inner child's keeping track of those little hashtags of not hashtags, hash marks. Hashtags are different. But, they're like, no, they have to give 1,000 love coins away before they deserve one. And they're only at 637. It's like, you've got ways to go before you deserve that. But that's what needs to happen. That's where the Seven of Pentacles comes in, is that it has to, within our own selves, but also hashtag unlovable. You're funny. Hashtag old beliefs. Hashtag imbalance. And this is, I feel, is coming in. I feel like they're working on all that. But, it is this, and I don't know if this is what burned down before, and before the birth can happen. No, they're saying no, the burning down has to do with burning down old ways of thinking, old beliefs, old systems, and old cycles before they're able to move forward in an adventure type of relationship instead of, um, doing what they always did and getting what they've always gotten, right? And you've been going through a rebirth, so you've been burning down the old house, old things, and rebuilding, but they're still in that process of trying to burn down those things and knowing what they want to burn down, and that it doesn't matter if it's the old shack that you love of beliefs. It's condemned. It needs to burn down and come down so something more solid can be put in its place, both inside, because then that is reflected on the outside. But yeah, hashtag unstable. So hopefully that helps, Johanna. An update, right? You're like, yeah, yeah, just under construction over there. So that's what's coming in, right? Okay. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. Appreciate that. And then Patty, thank you for your additional donation. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate all of your guys' support. You want to know, how are things looking for you with regards to buying property in the new city? All right, we'll take a look here. You're welcome. All right. So Patty, let's take a look here. All right. So what's the possibilities here? How's it looking here for you? Wow. Yeah. I definitely see here. Let's take a look. All right. Yeah, I mean, on the bottom, you got this death and rebirth card that I put back in the middle of the deck, and it showed up on here. There's this a little bit of looking at things a little differently and kind of questioning what it is, what kind of property and where. And I feel like there's some clarity that comes in here because we've got this, we got the Ace of Pentacles, which does show, that's the first card that came out, that there is this, um, you know, a new opportunity that's coming up, but it does take you stepping out of this Five of Pentacles energy, which is this belief of lack. And, if there's like, well, I'm not going to find something that I'm wanting, I'm going to have to settle. These are the thoughts that it's humans that bring me what I'm desiring, but it's not, that's where we experience abandonment, lack, feeling, left behind and out in the cold. Creator, they're the ones that bring us what we're looking for. And when we turn our focus from humans to creator and spirit, going, yeah, you are the ones that can bring me what I'm looking for. Even when other people are like, and I witnessed that in my life. Like, there was a time when it was hard to find jobs. I think we had gone through, I think it was after 9/11, and economy was horrible and people were being laid off and all this and I found two jobs, and other people are having trouble finding one, and I'm like, but it has to do with our belief, right? If I'm like, well, it's humans that do it, I'm screwed, right? But if it's creator, then I can have abundance, right? So I really like that, coming in here for you. So I like that. That is just the changing of my uh, my resources come from up above, not from humans. Even though humans might deliver it to me sometimes, creator is not dependent upon them. So I like that, and it's coming in here because you also have, the eight. The Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is where this clarity comes in about what are you wanting, what are you truly wanting, and clarity that comes in with that. And then the Eight of Wands, it just feels like it comes out of nowhere. And I feel like you are going to be getting some communication very soon on this if you're looking, because, with this Eight of Wands is messages coming in fast, and the Ace of Swords is also representing new communication. And you have the Four of Swords. So you've got this, the peace of mind. And yes, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands, which is energetic stability, and then also the Empress on the bottom, which is, new birth, harvest coming in. So I feel like, just a little bit of a tweak of realizing, okay, you know what? I don't need to settle. I don't need to um, put my hope in human characters, but I can, put my trust in creator and talk to them and spirit world and go, okay, I'm so grateful that you have this perfect house, perfect home that I'm looking for that has these things. These are things that I want. And make sure it's what you want, not just what you've been told you're supposed to want, right? So I like that. So hopefully that helps, Patty. I feel very positive about it for you. So especially if you've been looking, I feel like you're going to get some new communication and new clarity very, very soon. All right. So many blessings to you. Hey, Moonlight, and anyone else that has free readings. I haven't gotten to any of the free readings yet. And I'm getting closer on my time here. But so if I don't get to the free readings by the time here in about 18 minutes, I think, I'm going to go spend about an hour with my praying mantis members and then go eat, check on my host, because she just got out of surgery and got home from the hospital yesterday. So I'm going to go make sure everything's good, and then I'll be back later to finish them out before my evening session tonight. So I will get to them. Just might be a couple hours, a few hours. All right. So, Brenda, you are up next. Thank you for the rainbow unicorn, my fave. And Brenda, you want to know in love today, what's coming up for you in love today? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? One of those. Okay. And those. Okay. Well, bottom of the deck, you've got the Two of Cups coming in. So obviously this is the partnership, love, interaction with important to people card coming in here. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Well, I feel like, oh my gosh, all of this stuff. So I just need to show this because I saw the bottom of the deck and I'm like, what does this mean? So you got the Two of Cups, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like, it's the Hermit card number 9, which in the outside world with Pentacles, it's being by yourself, but also having interaction with love here. So I'm like, all right, let's see what this is about. And then the first two cards that come up on the bottom are basically the two major arcana for those two. You got the Lover's card and the Hermit card. So, it's basically the same message twice. But let's take a look here and see Because what does this mean? Does this mean that you're alone, but then you guys get together? Or, do you have, you know, um, alone time and then they just communicate? Well, let's take a look here and see what we have because you've got three wands cards now, and you got the King of Wands, fiery movement, not movement, but the fiery king, the ruler, because I saw the um, Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, which is movement of passion, and the Nine of Wands. So another Hermit card coming in here with the nine. So I feel like there is this energy coming in where they do reach out to you. Yeah, okay. Now they're showing me the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords. So there's communication coming in here. But I don't feel like you guys get together in the physical realm because of all these nines. This is all hermits, meaning you're away. But I feel like there's this action. So it does feel like um, that they will contact you. I'm not sure if you guys get together or if you do, it just feels like it's passion oriented and not so much, what you're wanting it to be. It just feels like, um, more physical attraction, passion, intimacy type of nudge, you know, which, um, is up to you, right? You definitely have that. I just feel like on the bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Cups, and I feel like you're looking for higher love. But I just feel like whatever's going on with them, this other person, that it's just I don't know. You've got the Two of Wands on the bottom too. It just feels like there's like this going back and forth, and their energy goes from up to down to up to down to up to down, and it feels like, you know, how they used to say it. I feel like I'm getting whiplash, close, far. You're like, this. I feel like I'm getting, a stiff neck, you know, going fast and then slowing down and slamming on the brakes and then fast and then slowing on the brakes and then fast. And it's like, wow, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, kind of energy. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. You're just like, so basically the same old, same old. Yeah, pretty much, right? So hopefully that helps. But that's what's coming in right now, Brenda. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So I'm going to be on for about 12 more minutes. And so I should be able to get through a few of the free readings here. But yeah, I'll wait to take pictures here in a moment. So we will scroll to the very top. And we've got morning. You wanted a general work read for next week. All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. So you've got the Nine of Pentacles coming in here. And, the nine, is the Hermit's journey. Pentacles is the outside world. We actually just had this in this other deck. But it is this victory, it is this fullness, but there's almost this feeling of not aloneness, but you feel like you're kind of detached. You kind of feel inward focused. Feel like you're just in this mood next week, just to really buckle down and get moving. Either if you don't have a job yet, it's about getting into the job and finding one, or if you have a job, it's about just really getting work done, getting the grind, and you get reward for it. You just feel like a lot of accomplishment that comes in, and has that type of success feeling with it all too. So I like that for you. It feels very abundant, but it feels very inward, if that makes sense. So I like that. If you're looking working from home, that would be a card of work from home kind of energy around it too, if that makes sense, if that resonates. But that's what they have for you, morning. So there you go. Many blessings to you. And whoops, I'm sorry. That's my alarm. I just need to check on my host real quick. I have to do it every 2 hours, so my apologies real quick here. Just have to oops, there we go. Okay. I have a little save text just to make sure she's okay. I'm just gonna put it over here. All right. So, like I said, happy pill, you are up. And wanted to know if A and you will ever be friends. Let's take a look here. She she always cracks up when she have like a little is she drinking her water? Is she getting up and walking around? And then she replies. So that's funny. Okay. She goes, all right. Well, you got the Six of Swords. So I feel like you can be friends. The Six of Swords is a movement of leaving behind, old ways of thinking and, letting go of fears. And just, it definitely is this, energy of, um, you know, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters and a change up of things. And so it can happen, but it does need to be like open mindedness. And because I feel like maybe you guys have some significant belief systems that kind of butt heads a little bit. But you can be friends if you can step beyond those things, and it takes both of you doing it. Of course, can't be one sided. But I feel like it's like eventually it's like a journey across an ocean in a canoe. You're just like, wow, it's going to take some effort for that to happen, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if you guys had a falling out or not, but that's kind of energy I feel coming in there is it's going to take a little bit for that to be able to happen, right? So that's what they have for you right now. Happy pill. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. And then Day Sturgis, you are up. So, general energy reading. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. And you got the Two of Wands. I feel like you're really in the planning stages right now. And it's important to dream and to put some steps down, some specific steps. Like in this case, she wants to go to the beach and surf. So you're going to find out where in the world, literally, where in the world do you want to go surf and how are you going to get there? She's thinking of taking this Volkswagen little bug van, you know. And so it's about deciding what we're wanting to do, how we're wanting to get there, what we're going to do, and then starting to put action behind it and stepping forward. So I like this nudge about really determining what is it that you want to do? What's the next couple things? And doesn't mean that literally in the wand suit, when you get to the Three of Wands is like, in this particular deck, she's reached the shore, but now she's wanting to change direction. So it's like you're in the middle of a continent and you're trying to get to the shore and you get there and you're like, you know what? I wanted to go do this, but now I want to go do this. It's like the flexibility and the openness. And, that's a lot of times that while we kind of hold back and procrastinate and doing things and making changes and plans because I need to know the exact destination and then I'll do it. It's like life isn't like that as this human. We find things like this way, sometimes this way, but, just to allow yourself that openness to plan a few steps, but just be open to change too. But the big thing is don't wait. Now's the time to make some changes and to step forward with that. All right, very good. Hey, Sancha. I do go in order, first come, first serve. That's how what I feel is fair. But I do, if you want to make a donation, I do step outside of the and prioritize those. And I definitely appreciate you being here, but I do honor the order in which they come in. So And actually, yeah, you're still about 20, probably 20 people below. But I will be back. So, like here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be heading out to spend time with my praying mantis members, and then I'm going to eat, and then, like I said, I'm going to check on my host, and then I will be back to finish out all the free readings before my evening session at 6 p.m. tonight. All right, so hopefully you understand. All right. So, Julie, you are up next, and you want to know spirit guides messages regarding your new path. All right. Wow, Nine of Cups does feel like a dream come true. So there is this energy of emotional fulfillment, and I do feel like you're on the path and allow the path, to change and evolve too as you're going on that, right? Because the Nine of Cups is like, what is my emotional dream come true? But some of that sometimes is stuff that's been given to us about supposed tos and shoulds, and dreams that are given to us that are not our own. And sometimes there's a falling away of some stuff and the bringing in of new stuff. So allow some flexibility on your path, but they are like you're on your path of your dream come true. Just allow yourself to take some detours if you desire to, that you don't have to be so fixed in that the path has to go here. Just go, the path has to go generally in that direction, and then you enjoy the process, enjoy the journey along the way, and try not to have your happiness dependent upon the future outcome. Don't have it attached to that. Allow you to enjoy each step along the way of the journey, because the destination will change several times in our lives. Because we at first we thought we want that, but as we're going on the journey, we're like, you know what? I want that. And we head that way. And we're like, oh, you know what? I want that. And we head that direction. And it's all about the journey that comes in here. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Julie. Julie. All right. So since I'm going to leave in about 3 minutes, let me take some quick screenshots here. Pinky, we're leaving off with you, so you'll be up first when we return. And let me just take screenshots, because when I come back, I will complete them in the order in which they were in the chat. And once I come back, I will post a comment on the bottom of both this one actually and the new one, with the order in which I complete the reading, so you can find your reading more quickly. And thank you guys so much for all your patience and getting to the free readings. This is how I earn my living. So all of the donations that were made help me continue to be and offer all the free things that I'm able to do, in addition to my monthly channel memberships. And anyone that purchases any of my services, which are listed in the description box of the video. So thank you guys again so much. And right, hey Nova, welcome. I'm actually headed out. So let me take a quick screenshot here as soon as it finishes what it's doing there. So you'll be up first when I come back with your donation there. So I shall, when I come back, you'll be up first with that donation there. So love your little emojis. And for everyone else, while you're waiting, we do have a new pilgrimage meditation and pick a card that came out this Wednesday. So if you want to check that out, it's all about the third eye chakra from Mother Earth, but we do ask, where am I being too serious in my life? And then we also had a Scorpio full moon pick a card on Monday. Well, I mean, the Scorpio full moon was on Monday, and so we still can use that full moon energy. Also, monthly readings are out for May, so if you want to check those out while you're waiting, that'll give you a forecast. There's a playlist for each individual zodiac sign there. And also, if you're looking for some guidance and the chaos in your life, here is my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy. Every Sunday, I put out a new episode. Last one was The Hungry Heart. And there's a playlist link there too if you're wanting to catch up on all of those. Let's see what else. Also, we of course have entered Taurus season. So happy birthday to all of you Taurians. There's a special bonus 3-month reading for you there. All right. And then let's see here. I think that's about it there. I think those will be the ones that'll, but there's plenty of free pick a cards and etc. also on the my main page. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. Yeah, I'll be coming back on here to finish up those. So you'll be first when I come back to finish out the session. Do you mean that, or do you mean when I come back live this evening? Okay, very good. All right. So I'm headed off, everybody. Thank you again so much for all of the love and support and your patience in getting to the free readings. Like I said, probably be, let's see, it's one here, two, three, probably about 2.5 to 3 hours. I'll come back, finish, or not finish, complete the free readings. And then I'll also be back tonight and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and also tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. All right. So thank you for your dual donations, Nova. You'll be up first when I come back in a couple hours. So, all right, everybody, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love. Bye.